Hey, welcome to our BBL Trophy second round video. This video is going to be focused on the Surrey Scorchers versus Team Solent Kestrels. I'm Chris Hughes, I'm from Rebound. If you're new to the channel, be sure to press that subscribe button for all the latest notifications on any of the upcoming projects we've got on this channel. I'll be doing videos on the BBL Trophy, promoting the NBL sides, also looking at the opposition too. So we'll be covering a lot in this video. If a specific part you want to listen to more than maybe the other parts of the video, just see below we've got some lovely new timestamps there detailing where you can find certain parts of this video. So today I'll be looking at what's happened so far in the BBL Trophy, the results, key performances, and then also looking further forward for the upcoming fixtures in the second round, and maybe looking a bit further too at some of the possible semi-final connotations, who to play who, and maybe some sort of context to those. We'll also look at the key players, both sides, recent form, the rest of the squad, and also how you can watch this entertaining tie and the rest of the BBL trophy ties. I'll be covering quite a lot in today's video, but be sure to stay to the end when I will be discussing 5 NBL D1 under-20s players that have really impressed me so far. There will be ones to watch as their career evolves. So in today's video, we'll first look at the BBL Trophy first round results and look at some key individual standout performances and upcoming fixtures in the second round of the BBL Trophy. And then obviously looking at that key match that this video is focused on today between Surrey Scorchers and Team Solent Kestrels, looking at each team's form, key players, and squad figures. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, be sure to give it a like, and again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to press subscribe. So let's recap on the BBL Trophy so far. Out of 16 teams, we have London Lions, Newcastle Eagles, Glasgow Rocks, Worcester Wolves, Plymouth Raiders, Surrey Scorchers, Team Solent Kestrels still in the draw. In the second round, we've already had a game already with Glasgow Rocks defeating Cheshire Phoenix. In the other second round ties, we've got London Lions hosting Newcastle Eagles, Worcester Wolves hosting Plymouth Raiders, Surrey Scorchers hosting Team Solent Kestrels, and the draw separated the two quarters. So we've got the top quarter with London Lions, Eagles and Glasgow Rocks separated from Worcester, Plymouth, Surrey and Solent. So results wise, London beat Leicester Riders 76-71. Newcastle beat the Flyers 73-74 on the road. Cheshire beat Hemel Storm 72-63. And Glasgow got a bye in the first round due to Reading Rockets withdrawing, and they beat Cheshire Phoenix 6-2, 6-7 on the road. In the other half of the draw, Plymouth Raiders knocked out Sheffield Sharks 63-69. Worcester got the better of Manchester with a very close game of 102-96. And it doesn't get much close, but it did in Surrey the other week as they beat Thames Valley Cavaliers by 1 point. Karen Hildreth getting the game winner. And Solent travelled all the way up to Derby, but got the comprehensive 28-point win in the 101-73 road trip win. So now let's look at some of the key players from the BBL Trophy games so far. I'm looking at the teams, not including our featured game, obviously, when we look at the Surrey and Solent Kestrels BBL Trophy run. So far, you're looking at the likes of Cameron Hildreth, had an excellent game. Tony Hicks. Then for Solent, obviously Travis Charles was the BBL and NBL Player of the Week for his performance versus Derby. Justin Robinson had a really good game in the first round, shooting a very nice 45.5 from the field and 55.6 from trade ball range. A lot of these guys shot really well, like Sir Keelan shot over 50 from the field and 62 from 3-point range. He's the one to watch as the tournament progresses. GB International Ashley Hamilton averaged a double-double as well as Keenan, and one to watch as we get further in the tournament would be Ron Fletcher. He had an amazing performance in the final last season, already shown, but he enjoys the BBL Trophy games. But last but not least, Brandon Anderson had an amazing game for Worcester with 24 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He shot an amazing 58.8 from the field and 57.1 free throws. So as we already mentioned, one of the second round games already taken place with Glasgow Rocks in the 5-point road trip win versus Cheshire. But coming up today, as I'm recording this, it's Team Solent Kestrels on the road at Surrey Scorchers 6 p.m. And then in a couple of days' time, London Lions host Newcastle Eagles at 6 p.m. And then on the 24th of February, Worcester Wolves host Plymouth Raiders. So to remind you, winner for London Lions Newcastle Eagles clash will host Glasgow Rocks, and the winner of the Worcester versus Plymouth Raiders will host the winner of Surrey Scorchers versus Team Solent Kestrels. So having a look at some of the key players that may make an impact in tonight's game. We have to start with Cameron Hilge, of course, who's making that step up to BBL look seamless. He will be a hard guard to guard tonight and will be likely on top of his game as he usually is in these encounters. In the BBL so far, he's averaging 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.7 steal, 0.3 blocked off the bench. I've also been impressed by Connor Cashel, who would just like to wish him all the best in his recovery from his hamstring injury. I think he would have been a really good player in tonight's game. Another player that's impressive from watching Surrey this season is Tony Hicks. He's a real good shooter, would have been one that's very tough to guard for Solent. He's averaging 15.4 points, 2.6 rebounds, 4.8 assists, 1 steal and 0.1 block. The 6'1" guards are really tough for Solent to defend against, so I'll be interested to see who they put on Cameron and Tony, respectively. Cameron Hildreth has shirted up 3 times against Team Solent this year, and all those games he was guarded by a combination of Andre Arisal and Elliot Dads. Away from those 2 key players, Surrey is still not a very talented squad, but will pose problems for Team Solent Kestrels. Firstly, with some familiar faces of Martel Mucklemore, formerly of Thames Valley Cavaliers, Caleb Raftopoulos, former Team Solent Kestrels guard, and of course Evan Walsh, who impressed in the L. Lynch Trophy for Oakland before moving up to the BBL. A team captain, Tyre Dembe, will also be another tough competitor. We'll stop the likes of Ryan Richards and co, who are more than capable of defeating Team Solent Kestrels. They'll have to be on top of their game to get the win tonight. So like their hosts, Surrey Scorchers, Team Solent Kestrels have a lot of depth of quality, and it's a really exciting matchup. 2 of the key players are Ian Smith and Travis Charles, both US imports, both playing amazingly this season and are very experienced when it comes to Team Solent Kestrels, with Ian Smith in his 2nd season with the club and Travis in his 3rd. Ian Smith, former NBL MVP, is averaging 15 points, 6.3 rebounds, 7.3 assists, just under 2 steals and 0.3 blocks, and is shooting just shy of 50% from the field and doing a respectable 36.4 from trade ball range. Solent typically are very good at the line. That's shown as both Ian and Travis are averaging around 80% of their free throws. Travis Charles, who predominantly lives in the mid-range, he's currently averaging 18.9 points, 6 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.3 steals and 0.3 blocks. The sharpshooters averaging 64.6 from the field and 85.2 from the charity strip. One of the main problems teams have when they come against Team Solent Kestrels is the quality of the depth within the squad, and that's represented by the stats and also the personnel that Solent have to call upon. Guys off bench such as Andre Arisal and Luke Basumbaru may not get the recognition because of maybe they don't play enough minutes maybe compared to other people per game, but are both very important. Luke's very important in the transition, fast break points and dunks, whereas Andre Arisal is a very good defender, will likely be tasked with defending one of the talented guards at Surrey's. Then also they got the likes of Jonathan Lashley will come off the bench to support Orlan and Travis. And you may see cameos of Chris Scarlett, Luke Gosney and Elias Pullman, who are all great shooters. So the BBL Trophy 2nd round game involving Surrey Scorchers and Team Solent Kestrels, as well as the rest of the BBL Trophy games, can be seen live on BBL Player, with the exception of Worcester Wolves, who aren't part of the programme, and theirs is on their YouTube programme, I believe. I'll post any links I see in the video description. So next up, I thought I'd look at some of the under 20 players in the NBL D1 that have impressed me so far. This is like primarily since Cameron Hildreth's gone from NBL to BBL to show, but there's a lot of talent in the NBL that could make a difference on the BBL roster. We've seen a lot of guys recently, the last few years, step up seamlessly from the NBL to BBL, like Nick Lewis, Jody Campbell, Elliot Sentence, just to name a few guys that went from NBL to BBL and played really well. In my last video on the BBL trophy previews, obviously I mentioned about Blake Bowman. He's had an amazing season, averaged just shy of 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal game. He's definitely one to watch for the future. Another player that's really impressed me, firstly from his L. Lynch trophy, performance this year, been coming up from Myerstroth to Bradford, so he'd still play elite basketball. Great Osabor, a really hard player to guard who will outmuscle a lot of bigs. He's averaged 18 points, 8.3 rebounds, 28 steals, 1 steal, and almost 2 blocks per game. Incredibly, he's doing that all with 22.5 minutes of play. Then you got the BA London Lions, who got a wealth of talent. I've just picked 2 of their many talented players. You got Flynn, Boardman-Raffet, Veron easy. Both averaging around 12 points, 3.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.8 steals a game from around the sort of 25-minute mark average. But another player on the Derby Trailblazers what's impressed me is Charlie Brown. Probably one of the best passers, playmakers in the NBL, averaging 5.8 assists and 3.8 rebounds, and also chipping in with an average of 2 points a game and 1.2 steals from an average of 25 minutes a game. And that's not all of them. There's lots of guys, apologies. There's guys at Reading, Loughborough, and many other rosters that have got a lot of young guys. It's been a great season for seeing the player develop these guys and having substantial minutes in the NBL. And finally, I'd love to hear what you guys think. In comments, please leave your predictions on who you feel will advance to the second round or even who you feel will make the final. Again, thanks for watching. You stay safe now. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.